All right, Panther fans. Yeah. I know I'm supposed to be on break. So look, before Stu's smiling, got his victory cigar, and he don't know what I'm fixing to say. I'm gonna say this with love. I've had some people, I won't name names, complain to me in a helpful manner and suggest that maybe I was complaining about Ekblad and Uyghur too much. And I've tried to say, have you seen what happens to people when I praise them? Well, the last video Stu and I did, I gave Ekblad and Uyghur some praise. And now look what I done did. Let me bitch. Let me bitch, because every stinking time I praise a guy, he either sucks or gets hurt or both. Now, with that said, congratulations to Spencer Knight on his first NHL shutout. And we'll have Aaron Ekblad for the playoffs. We got a lot to talk about. Stu, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Just, when I woke up this morning and I saw some of the comments on Twitter about Ekblad, I felt better because he did not look good. And I was really worried that he hurt the leg that he broke last year.
Right.
And I was like shaking my head going, man,
yeah,
this is what I was worried about. One of our key guys going down. It's Ekblad again. Oh, holy shit, there's the cup. So
right.
Words of encouragement this morning. I don't know. They're not going to say what the injury is, whether it's the knee, the ankle, whatever. But if we get him back for the playoffs, we'll be okay. How good he's going to come back? Is he going to come back 100%? Again, that's an unknown. Right. Obviously, we made a move this week getting Shutout.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah.
If we do nothing, we have, in my opinion, Forsling Uyghur, Shutout Gudis, and Lindbohm or Carlson and Montour. I think we can win with that defense. Now, the important thing is, and it's only one game, but it looks like we got the old Spencer Knight back.
Right.
And maybe people were right. Maybe people were the ones that were telling me, he was bouncing around like a ping pong ball, going back and forth from Charlotte. And maybe that took its toll on him. I don't know. All I know is he was playing with the confidence that we've seen him play before. He didn't let in a soft goal in the beginning of the game. And that's probably because the Panthers just came out and just totally shut Anaheim down. They had 4 shots on goal in the first period.
Right.
We had 19.
Right.
So when we see a discrepancy like that, we know that the Panthers came out to play.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So
I'm happy that they won the last game, excuse me, on the road, because they certainly blew it in LA. And they blew it in Vegas, man, tying the game up, late in the game like they did. And it was a fluky thing that Bennett lost an edge and fell down. But it would have been nice to have won that game too.
Yeah.
I really thought that game was going to overtime and we were going to have a Barkov, overtime win. But it didn't happen. So what did we end up on the trip? 2-1-1?
Yeah, 2-1-1.
Was it 5 games we played or 4?
No, it was 4. It was 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So whatever.
Yeah. I mean, considering when you consider Bob was out the entire time. If you would have told us 2 weeks ago that Bob was going to miss all 4 games, we'd have sold the child for 2-1-1. You know what I mean?
But Bob's been out with like quote unquote flu-like symptoms, not so much the cut to the face.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's what I read.
Huh.
So anyway, we get 6 days off now.
Yeah.
Chance to recharge. We're really missing Lundell, Eric.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so apparent. It's just, what he brings to the team, on the PK. I mean, just his hockey smarts.
Right.
But it just, again, the important thing is the line combos.
Yeah. Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get him back. Lombard, I told you, had a concussion as soon as he got hit. I knew he was going to be out.
Right.
Even though he got up, I knew that he was going to be out with a concussion. So that's about it. Now, Ekblad, let's just say, I mean, at minimum, he's going to be out, I'll say, a month.
Right. But,
well,
yeah.
People are saying 2 weeks. I don't think so. I think he's going to be out at least a month. So that puts us in late April. The playoffs start in May.
Right.
So again, I'm not taking credit for this. I read it, a tweet on Twitter about, hey, how about we pull a Tampa and put Ekblad on the LTIR.
Right.
That way we can go out maybe and get a Giordano as a rental.
Yeah.
So again, whoever thought that up, I said, yeah, agreed. But just like in the Giroux deal, and the reason why the Giroux deal's not done is because we're not offering Philly as much as what they want.
Right.
We don't have draft picks. I think we might have a first rounder in 2004, but I'm not sure. But obviously our draft bank has been depleted.
Right.
The good thing for us is that Giroux wants to come here.
Yeah.
Because if he didn't, he'd be already in Colorado.
He'd already be in Colorado. Right.
So now the question is, okay. And there was some crazy things thrown out there, like Tippett, Achari. I mean, I can't believe people are still posting that Lundell would be traded. There is no way in hell, take it to the bank, that they are trading this kid. No way, no how.
No.
Okay?
And they should not trade Achari either, because
I agree.
We had for the playoff depth.
I agree.
Geez.
Okay, so who does that leave us? There's this Mackie Simmons. I'm pronouncing, really butchering his last name, but he was our first round pick, and that kid's touted to be a really good player.
Right.
I would really hate to get rid of him. But again, he's like, he's a first round draft pick.
Right.
But that makes sense. So we give him Tippett. All right. Who else do we give him? We got
Tippett, Denisenko,
Heponiemi, Noel, Kerstead,
Hutsko.
I mean,
Hutsko,
Dalpy.
Right.
I mean, there's some good players that we have.
It's a shame we don't have Devon Levy to throw at him anymore.
Yeah. So we have some, lower picks.
Right.
It's going to be interesting because today's Saturday and the deadline's Monday, if that deal is going to happen. And it may not.
Well,
I'm okay with that.
Right. And I
obviously on this road trip, we didn't annihilate any of these teams. We didn't get our 5 and 6 goals. But we've proven that we could win with 2 and 3 goals.
Right.
As long as we get the goaltending,
right,
and the defense, we'll be okay.
Yeah, as soon as Lundell left the lineup, the scoring dropped off by about a goal a game. So I mean that sums that up there. The other thing is, and I think this is part of the reason why you're seeing from multiple sources the optimism with Aaron Ekblad, is because that was my first thought, was if Ekblad's done, Giroux's going to be calling people going, all right, let's go to Colorado, because the hell with this. That could have changed his mind one way or another, in my opinion, if it was another season-ending injury. Because then also at that point, if we knew it was a season-ending injury, Zito might have to say, look, we got to go get, how long is Chikrin out? Because I think Chikrin will be back for the playoffs. You know what I mean? So I think we need to find out this weekend for sure, obviously, what is. Now, the words that George Richards used, I don't know who the quote was from, but was no structural damage.
Right.
So to
that came from Burnett in that same interview.
Right. So to me, that means no broken bones and no busted, no torn ligaments or tendons. I'm assuming that that's what it means. Now, a strain and a sprain is all of that. Maybe he sprained his ankle, twisted his, whatever it is.
Or a deep bruise.
Right.
And you know how painful that can be.
Yeah, it's tough because the angle of the replay, you really can't see what happened to the leg. You know what I mean? You know, we'll know quick. We'll know quick what we need to know quick. Of course, you never know. Zito's the master, right? You never know if Zito's like, hey, look, we got cap issues, and I want to get another defenseman in here, Aaron. It looks like you're hurt for the rest of the season. You know, I'm kidding, by the way, but so you mentioned the pairs, and this is what I wanted. I thought about it. I'm thinking, and we had kind of wanted Ekblad and Uyghur split up, right? So with Ekblad out, to me, you put Uyghur in D1 at Ekblad's spot, and you pair him with Shutout, and then you leave Forsling, Gudis, and Montour and Carlson, because then you're only changing one pair, and you just put Uyghur at Ekblad's spot. He's perfectly capable. We wanted a stay-at-home defenseman for Ekblad anyway, so that's what Shutout is for Uyghur, and we roll with that.
That's probably going to happen.
Right.
The only reason I mentioned the Forsling Uyghur combo is because obviously, they were paired last year when Ekblad went down, and they seemed to play really good together. But it makes sense for Shutout to be with Uyghur, and Forsling and Gudis stay the same. You're right. It's a lot better to switch one pair or slot in a replacement than to move all the pairs around.
Right.
Now, the big question is, who's going to win the job for the third pair? And as much as I really like Carlson's game, he adds, I think, more offense than Lindblom. I just think Lindblom's real steady back there. I mean, obviously, we haven't seen those crushing hits in the last couple of games, but we also haven't seen him make any, major blunders.
Right.
And that's all you really want from a, third pair. It's Uyghur that's my biggest bug up my what. I mean, he's still a great player, but he's still making some real mental mistakes.
Right.
The too much stick handling, the errant pass where he's really not looking, or, clearing the puck, or I should say not clearing the puck and, giving the opposition the opportunity to keep it in. I mean, we escaped at least 3 times. We escaped, goals being scored by the Ducks. I mean, at least, well, maybe all 3 times, but at least 2 times the Ducks were moving it around. They had the puck for like a minute in the zone.
Right.
And, they kept on shooting wide. They hit the post a couple of times. Knight was coming up with saves.
Right.
The Panthers were blocking shots, but we got really lucky there. They score a goal on one of those and they're right back in the game.
Yeah.
So,
the other thing I wanted to bring up real quick, because everybody, and you texted me about this yesterday, about the Lightning getting Hagel and them giving up 2 first-round picks. And I immediately thought about it. I immediately tweeted it out. It's like, that's Bill Zito, because they had to give up those 2 first picks to replace Carter Verhaeghe.
Right. Well, great move. So think about this. The kid is like, I don't know, 23 years old.
Right.
He's making $1.5 million. He signed for another 2 years, and he's put up 25 goals this year in his second year.
Right.
So Tampa's getting a really good right winger, man. I mean, like, when I heard that deal,
it's absurd to trade a guy like that. I mean, that's the guy you build around. The 2 first picks, screw the picks. So you already got what almost the best thing you could hope for your first round pick to be. It's just stupid, stupid.
So Jonathan Toews made that comment. First thing I do in the morning is I turn on the NHL Network to watch, the highlights and stuff. And he made a comment like, why not trade the old guys?
Right.
If you're looking to rebuild, why trade an up and coming star?
Yeah.
Obviously, the deal's done. Tampa
Right.
got a great player,
Mhm.
cheap,
Oh, yeah. I mean,
cheap, $1.5 million. That does nothing.
for every 5 first-round picks, you get one that might turn out to be that good. So they gave up 2. Whoop-de-doo.
And they gave Chicago 2 fourth-round picks.
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
whatever.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. So we'll
But
have to.
Tampa always seems to make themselves better. Every year
Yeah.
they do something. Maybe they're not done yet.
Yeah. Well, if
but,
the division, if the standings stay the way it is now, we do have I don't want to say, we've got a decent lead. I don't want to say comfortable.
we don't. We're 4 points ahead of Tampa.
No,
Tampa's got 2 games in hand.
No,
You
that's not what
assume
I.
they're going.
Hold on.
Okay. All right.
Hold on. Let's be sure, because
Okay.
I don't remember if I looked last night or if I looked this morning, but that's not what I saw. Let's see.
I saw
Yeah.
this on the NHL Network this morning. Tampa's got 22 games left. We got 20.
We have, yeah. We have
90 points.
We have a 6-point lead.
We
But
do?
we have 90 points. They have 84 points.
Oh.
And they have 2 games in hand. So that's
Okay, I
correct.
stand corrected. You're right. You're right. You're right.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not comfortable, but even with the games in hand, we still have a 2-point lead if we blew it and they won both. The point I was making was that I'll be the biggest Maple Leaf fan on the face of the planet if the Lightning get the Maple Leafs in the first round. Don't you think Toronto should win a round? I think Toronto should win a round. Just one, because guess who they're playing after the Lightning beat the crap out of them for 7 games, but somehow they managed to beat the Lightning. I'm telling you, that's my dream scenario, man. That's my dream scenario.
I just want to play them just to stick it to all the Toronto fans that still think we only get 4 fans a night.
Yeah, right.
I mean, this year the attendance has just been going up and up and up, and we might not, again, it's a 20,000 seat arena.
Right.
So if we get 17 or 18,000, that means that most of the seats that are open are in the upper level in the corner. Big freaking whoop.
Right.
We'll only see 20,000, as we go deeper in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, yeah.
But, of course, I've been there even with a lot less fans, and no matter how many people we get, that crowd is electric.
Yep.
It's a very loud crowd. So, again, number 1 is to stay healthy. Number 2 is to win the division and get home ice advantage.
Yep.
It's just something mentally implanted, how good we are at home and how loosey-goosey we are at home. So, and of course now, we're going to have 6 days off. Bob will have time to get well.
Right.
And I just hope him being out literally 2 weeks, as he hasn't played all week.
Right.
What are we going to get when he comes back?
Well, rested Bob. I'm okay with it. I mean, if Knight's going to play like this, I mean, he gave up how many goals? The worst game he gave up was the 4, right, against Vegas. To me, there was really no difference in between, the number of goals being given up if Bob was in versus Knight. So let Bob rest. And plus, this was good. This was good for Spencer because Game 5, Bob tweaks an ankle and needs a night off. We now know Knight is back to himself for the most part and can go out there and win a game because if you go to the Stanley Cup Finals, let's say you average 6 games, it's 24 games. If you average 6 games a series, the odds, that your goaltender is going to be perfectly healthy all 24. I mean, it happens obviously, but this was fine. Let Bob rest. Like I said with the Lundell thing, let him rest up. Some of these things, I've always felt that way about the late season injuries, but when the guys come back for the play, look at Kucherov, right? Look at why do you think he looked so much better than everybody else in that first round? Because he was rested and ready, and everybody else had just been through the gauntlet. So I think to some extent, obviously, you don't want Ekblad to be hurt. But some of these, to some extent, it does help their bodies. The rest of the stuff heals up and everything. And we're going to see the same thing with Achari because he hasn't played that much. So as long as Ekblad's back for the playoffs, I like the idea of just putting him on LTIR. And the last couple of weeks of the season, just like Kucherov, if he's practicing, but he's not quite ready. I like that idea. I don't know. I mean, if we go get a Giordano, we're certainly not going to have anything left for Giroux. So we don't have assets to pull both off, I don't think.
That I don't think that's going to happen either.
Right, and then when Ekblad came back, it's like, where would they go?
The only way that gets pulled off is if Ekblad goes on, LTIR, there's $8 million freed up.
Yeah. So, and I also
Giordano is going to be a rental anyway.
Right. The one thing that makes me wonder about Ekblad getting hurt, putting him on LTIR, I wonder if part of the Giroux sticking point is that we want them to eat some salary. And if you put Ekblad on LTIR, we might be able to call them and be like, all right, we can handle his salary now, send them over. And then they'd be like, okay. So that might be part of it, because you got to figure we're asking them to take some of the salary, so we may not have, if we put him on LTIR, we may not have to do that now. So this weekend is going to be, it's just get that son going. I want the best MRI. I want him on the best MRI machine now. So we know, because just so many moving parts, because if something is torn, then you got to put them, and you got to get somebody. We need somebody quick. So, but at least we have a day. But so
Zito's made one bad move.
Which one is that?
Johansson.
Oh,
other than that, he's hit a home run.
Right.
With every guy he's gotten.
Right.
Has been terrific.
Yeah, I think Johansson was just to get Spencer Knight some time in the AHL. You know what I mean? I was shocked that the kid played the game, though. That was not smart, because that cost us 2 points that night. But if we end up winning the division, winning the conference, it'll all be for now.
That's all, because everything goes away. It's a clean slate.
Right.
And listen, we got 20 games left, so that's a possible 40 points. I'm hoping we get 30.
Yeah.
We get more, great.
Yeah.
But that's
that's like 14.
That's 15 games. I mean, that's still a pretty high hurdle.
That's 14, 4-2.
But that's we can doable. Do it.
Yeah, 14, 4-2.
That will give us 120 points, and that's what I predicted at the beginning of the year.
Did you?
Yeah,
nice.
Look back.
Okay, I believe you. I think I said 108. I think you're correct. We'll look back. We'll see.
So if we get 118 points, I mean, it's just incredible. We got 90 points with 20 games left. I mean, this is the best season we've ever had.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, everybody's in agreement and everybody can see that we are all in this year. This is this is the year. And I mean, I don't even want to think about us not winning, because that will be like massive depression for everybody.
Yeah. No.
Anyway, so just getting back to the game just for a couple of seconds.
Yep.
Huberdeau, obviously, he was due to score. Loved seeing him, and he scored in the same spot on the power play.
Okay, good.
Right in that Braden Point, middle of the 5 of spades. You know what I mean?
We should probably, who do we want running the power play now?
Listen, in my opinion, I think Montour is the guy.
We agree. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking. Yeah.
I always said Forsling, but I actually think Montour is a better offensive player.
Yeah. And
let Forsling do his thing, he comes to the blue line and he shoots it in. That's his thing.
Yeah.
He'll occasionally do a Matheson and try and get in and whatnot. It usually doesn't work, but I'm okay with that. Yeah. Montour, on the other hand, can be deadly.
Yeah.
So I don't think Uyghur should be running it.
I hope not. No, it should be we agree on Montour.
Yeah. So anyway, Maxime Mammon can't hit the side of a barn. He pulled an Owen Tippett last night on what I thought was a sure thing. Okay, but he's still, he's still doing his thing. He's still good. But okay,
Right.
I'll just say that. Uyghur, I already told you, I see some mistakes. I thought Reinhardt had a great game. I thought Bennett had a great game. Duclair, I haven't been impressed with him the last few games. I don't know what happened to him, but I mean, obviously he hasn't scored, but I'm just looking at his overall play.
Right.
He seems to lose every board battle. Again, I said Lindbaum had a steady game.
Was Lindbaum in last night? Because I thought I had read Carlson.
Yeah, they had 7 defensemen, and good foresight on Brunette's part, because once Ekblad went down, and then we just moved
that
Carlson with Gudis.
That plays more into my conspiracy theory about them Ekblad being hurt to clear space in the LTIR. Just say it. And it was on the first shift of the game. Go out there and do it quick, Aaron. I'm just kidding, but I'm not. But I am. But I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's
the big thing is over the course of the games that Knight played, and culminating with last night's game, I think his confidence level just was there last night, right. And that's the key with him, because in the other games, he let in soft goals. I mean, the first goal with Vegas, definitely. Yeah. I think he should have had, obviously the shootout goal. He got beat pretty handily, but I'm okay. It's just weird that here again, we have another 6 games off. This schedule for us has been really wacky, and it's okay, because don't forget, we have the most travel of any team in the league.
Right.
So it's got to take its toll. Obviously, when we played LA, we really didn't have our West Coast legs yet.
Yeah.
To me, that was pretty apparent. I mean, we kind of got it together towards the end of the game, but anyway, so it's going to be really cool. One thing that I noticed that at first, the day after the trade, I saw that they had given Shutout number 30, but he wore number 8 in Montreal, which was Kersted's number.
Right.
And now Shutout's going to be wearing number 8. So that tells you something about.
Yeah.
Because if Kersted was going to be here.
Right.
He'd be keeping his number.
Yeah. No, I think we've seen the last of him and Nadavara. But I wouldn't be surprised to see us make a depth move now on defense. Just an extra 6 or 7 D type of guy with a late pick to pick up, just on the off chance. Because you gotta add somebody to the mix now, because you had 7, 8. You got to add somebody in on defense. So I think they'll use this opportunity to bring somebody else in to take that spot. So we'll see.
As far as I'm concerned, if they put Mammon in that Giroux deal, I'm okay with that.
Well, let's put it this way. If they do that, then you got to bring Owen Tippett up for playoff depth.
Yeah.
Because you got to have somebody.
Tippett's going to be part of that trade.
Well, no, I think the thing is that they don't want Tippett. They want some scope. They want the Sammy guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I hear what you're saying about Mammon, but now we've given up for Toronto. If we also give up Tippett and we give up Mammon, the depth is not. That's our depth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you also have Lundberg's going to come back.
Yeah, Lundberg, right.
So let's just say when Lundberg would have come back, or when he was playing, Mammon was getting scratched.
Right.
So as far as Tippett coming back, listen, he might be doing okay in the NHL, but still, he didn't do crap up here. So maybe he's not an NHL player. If he gets traded, I wish him all the best.
Right.
He didn't do the job here.
No, I
understand. I really like to see this Giroux deal done, and I have trust that Zito's going to make the best deal possible, because I really want to see what Barkov and Giroux do together.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I'd still
So-
like to see Verhaeghe pass the puck more, but listen, that's his game.
That's his game.
And
When it
you
works,
know,
it's great.
right. What I say doesn't matter. So that's it.
That's
That's
it.
basically
it.
all I got.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you know, we're coming back, but then we're going out and doing the Montreal, Toronto,
Yeah.
Ottawa thing.
Yeah.
Take
So-
a quick look at that.
Yeah, it's Montreal, Toronto. I think you got it right. I believe you have it right.
Okay, so we got
Yeah. And then we play,
we got Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto.
and then Montreal at home.
So we got
After
3
that.
games, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, another back-to-back.
Look, this
And
is
then we come home 2 days later, and then we got Montreal and Chicago.
this is where this is the teams. No game is easy, so I'm not saying that. But with the exception of the Maple Leafs, our upcoming schedule is Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto, Montreal, Chicago, New Jersey, Buffalo, the Maple Leafs, Buffalo again. I mean,
Yep.
that should be a streak. I mean,
Yeah, listen, the game that I look to that I worry about is Ottawa. Believe it or not. We
yeah,
always seem to,
to not
for
play.
whatever reason,
Right.
not all the time, but Ottawa seems to just like play, we
Yeah,
always seem to
play
have a
their
hot
minds
goalie
out.
in that game, but
Yeah.
the big game for me is Toronto
Yeah.
because of the press that they get and the anti-Panther press that we get.
Yep.
That's a game. I mean, the one in Toronto, I don't know, if we could do it, but that's the type of game I want to see the 5-1 type of game,
Right.
dominating. We get 40 shots and,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So,
Right. Well,
but it's going to be cool seeing Shutout
yeah.
and see what he does in his first game. And obviously, he's playing, his first game back, he's playing in Montreal.
Playing in
so-
Montreal, right? Go figure.
But I don't like the fact that, he's literally gonna have been out 10 days, 11 days now since the trade was done. When was the trade
Yeah.
done? Wednesday?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what is he doing with himself? Is he just riding a bicycle? I mean,
I'm sure he's staying in
he's
shape.
stuffing his face with cannolis. I
I
mean,
doubt it. He's packing. That's what he's doing. He's packing. So, all right, guys, we're good. Yeah. So, if and when the Giroux trade goes down or something happens, I will be back with something. Otherwise, I'm back on break. Went fishing yesterday. Took Kyle bowling on his birthday on Thursday. Poor kid. I beat him bad the first game. And then the second game, he had an 18-pin lead at the 5 halfway through. And I finished with 5 straight spares, and he had a chance to beat me in the 10th. And he bowls this beautiful ball, nails the head pin, and he needed a strike, and it should have been a strike.
and he got a split.
It was a 7-10 split.
I knew it.
And I felt so bad, but
Listen.
I didn't feel bad.
So bowling was a sport that I really loved, but with my back, I just,
Yeah.
I was bowling with a 16-pound ball, which
Oh,
is what
shit.
it's a really heavy ball.
Yeah.
My father was a great bowler, and he taught me about how to run the groove in
Right.
between, the front pin and then the 2 behind it.
Yeah.
So I was a lefty, so I always got,
Oh, yeah,
the
so is
left
Kyle.
side.
Yeah.
But when you're grooving and that ball has rotation
Yeah.
and you hit the sweet spot,
Yeah.
it's great seeing all the pins like jump up and fall down. So
Yeah,
I love bowling.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right, guys, appreciate all the support. I'm sure there'll be something going on that we'll jump back on and do something.
comments, guys, comments.
Yep, and I see them. I
And
appreciate them.
like button.
Yep.
I'm seeing so many views and like a handful of likes. What's going on here? You don't like the videos?
Nah, they like
Come on.
They do.
We gotta send a hitman out on you guys.
With that, everybody go.
Come on,
enjoy
Eric needs his 3 cents a like. Come on.
Oh, if only it worked that way. Jeez. All right, guys, enjoy your Saturday.